An unforgettable week 3 of football is now in the books.
Gatorade bath for Jonathan Gannon with his first win as a head coach.
We've still got 15 weeks of the regular season left. Let's dive into the Week 4 edition of our Power Rankings. Number 32, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 30. Is this the rock bottom for the Bears? Justin Fields called out the coaches, DC Allen Williams abruptly resigned, and oh yeah, they got annihilated 41-10 by the Kansas City Chiefs to fall to 0-3 on the year. Yeah, Caleb Williams, anyone? Number 31, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 28. Russell Wilson's improvement means nothing under Sean Payton. Not when the defense is more useless than pylons. At least a pylon would make the odd tackle or pass breakup. Not sure why Vance Joseph is still the DC, to be honest. Absolutely pathetic. Number 30, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 29. There are no moral victories in the NFL, but the Panthers offense really showed signs of life in Seattle. Andy Dalton started in place of an injured Bryce Young and kept Carolina in it until the Seahawks offense finally overwhelmed Carolina's defense in the second half. There's a case to be made that the 0-3 Panthers should continue starting Dalton. Number 29, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 26. Come on, you just knew it. The Vikings won 11 one-score games last year. Sure enough, they're 0-3 to start this year, with each loss coming by a single score. Yeah, the NFL's a cruel world, folks. Number 28, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 22. If it weren't for a miracle comeback in the desert in Week 2, the Giants would be 0-3 and basically done for. There's plenty of football left, but their gross efforts against Dallas and San Fran are convincing us that 2022 is simply a mirage. Number 27, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 24. Don't say we didn't warn you. We knew Jimmy Garoppolo would be a step down from Derek Carr, and lo and behold, you have an offense that has averaged 15 points per game up to this point. Absolutely inexcusable with both Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs on your roster.
You know, it's week 3, but I don't got time to wait around. It's not my mentality to sit here and try to take all season to figure it out. We're not doing things the right way to establish a winning culture.
Number 26, Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 32. So, hey, maybe Arizona won't win the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. First-year head coach Jonathan Gannon picked up his first W on Sunday, with the Redbirds stunning the heavily favored Dallas Cowboys 28-16. Not saying Arizona will be a playoff team, but fans gotta love how Gannon is already getting so much out of a shorthanded roster. Number 25, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 31. This just in, CJ Stroud is the real deal. Stroud is flying under the radar with an unprecedented start as a rookie. And D'Amico Ryans is sure getting a lot out of that young defense. Could Houston be a surprise playoff contender in the loaded AFC? Number 24, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 20. Hey look, the Jets lost to the Patriots again. Who saw that coming? Robert Saleh's D once again kept the Jets in the contest, but this team had very little hope with Zach Wilson. I think it's about time they give up on the former second overall pick. They gotta face it, he just does not have it. Look, if we're the Jets, we're calling the Vikings to ask about Kirk Cousins.
Calling an audible here is Zach. Run to the right. There you go, Tony. Boy, you're not the only one to figure that one out.
Number 23, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 18. The Titans stood absolutely no chance against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. Ryan Tannehill was sacked 5 times and tossed just 104 yards on 25 pass attempts. Derrick Henry had 20 rushing yards on 11 carries. Yeah, to be frank, we don't know why the Titans are still being overly loyal to Tannehill. Number 22, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 27. Yeah, it certainly wasn't pretty, but hey, for now, the Patriots saved their season with a 15-10 win in Gotham. They're certainly going to have to be better on offense, however, with Dallas and New Orleans next up on their schedule, as well as the Bills and Dolphins to close out October. Number 21, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 16. It was a solid effort for the Rams, but unfortunately for them, effort does not show in the standings, only wins and losses. They still look like a team that can challenge for a playoff spot in the NFC, and they should be getting Cooper Kupp back soon. Number 20, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 14. Well, the shine on Sam Howell has quickly worn off. 4 interceptions, 9 sacks, and an ugly 37-3 home loss to the Buffalo Bills. But hey, I guess that's what happens when you actually face a real elite team. Number 19, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 25. In a showdown of two teams that always find amazing ways to blow it, it was the Bolts who escaped with a heart-pounding 28-24 road win over the Vikings. Kenneth Murray Jr. saved the day with an end-zone interception off of Kirk Cousins to prevent the 0-3 start. On a less positive note, if the Chargers don't climb above 500 soon, Staley should be the first NFL coach to be shown the door this year. Number 18, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 11. We hate overreacting this early, but the Jaguars are now 1-2 and could easily be 0-3. This was supposed to be a team ready to take the next step after reaching the divisional round a year ago. Number 17, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 24. The good news for the Bengals is they got the win and Joe Burrow escaped Monday night's game unscathed. The bad news, however, is that their offense still appears to be somewhat broken. But if there's any team that knows how to rebound after a slow start, it is Burrow and the Bengals. Number 16, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 10. Oof, tough loss to the Bucs, as they had absolutely no answer for that star-studded Philly defense. Baker Mayfield had his worst game of the season. But you know, there's not really a need to hit the panic button in Tampa. After all, they're still 2-1 and sitting in a 3-way tie for first place in a very winnable NFC South division. Number 15, Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 23. What a fun story Shane Steichen's Colts are in the early going. Without Anthony Richardson, they went into Baltimore and stunned the Ravens 22-19 in overtime, thanks to the heroics from backup QB Gardner Minshew and kicker Matt Gay. So, here's Indy sitting alone atop the AFC South. Long way to go, yes, but they've already greatly exceeded expectations. Number 14, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 9. Just a brutal fourth quarter collapse by the Saints, who were near flawless for 45 minutes in Green Bay before the wheels absolutely came off. Yeah, they probably win if Derek Carr doesn't leave the game with a shoulder injury, but that D had no excuse for unraveling like that. Number 13, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 8. The Falcons' offense wasted a solid performance by the defense in Motown, a very disappointing outing by Arthur Smith's high-powered unit. And we're already wondering if Taylor Heineke should get a look at QB over the not-so-impressive Desmond Ridder. If Atlanta's offense is sluggish in London against Jacksonville this Sunday, they ought to reconsider a QB change, no? Number 12, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 17. Deshaun Watson finally turned in a good performance, and the Myles Garrett-led defense did the rest in a blowout win over Tennessee. Garrett had a ridiculous 3.5 sacks and 1 forced fumble on Ryan Tannehill. Hey, just saying, defense does win championships. Number 11, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 19. No David Bakhtiari, no Christian Watson, no Aaron Jones, no problem. Love rallied the Cheeseheads back from a 17-point fourth quarter deficit against an elite Saints defense to improve his team to 2-1 on the year. Yeah, hey, just wait until Love gets all his weapons back. Number 10, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 15. A well-rounded effort by Mike Tomlin's group in Sin City on Sunday. The Steeler offense is still a work in progress, but that TJ Watt-led defense will always give Pittsburgh a chance to win. Always. Number 9, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 13. Phenomenal bounce-back effort for the Lions following a heartbreaking defeat at Seattle in Week 2. Jahmyr Gibbs remains a work in progress, but fellow rookies Jack Campbell and Brian Branch have been total beasts on that so far vastly improved defense. Number 8, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 12. The Seahawks have rebounded nicely from that ugly Week 1 loss to the Rams, putting up 37 points in consecutive weeks to jump to 2-1. Since we're nitpicking though, it'd be kinda nice to maybe see that defense live up to its sky-high potential. Number 7, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 4. The Ravens got hosed by an obvious defensive PI call on Zay Flowers in overtime that should have been called, no doubt. But they also handed this game away to the Anthony Richardson-less Colts with way too many miscues. Look, the Ravens need to play a full 60 minutes with the Browns and that rock-solid defense next on the schedule. Number 6, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 3. Every top club has at least one stinker game each year, so we won't overreact too much over the Cowboys' stunning loss in Arizona. Dallas will need to clean up both sides of the ball with Bill Belichick's Patriots next up on the schedule. Number 5, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 7. Since that Week 1 loss to the Jets, Buffalo has outscored opponents 75-13. So, yeah, I'd say the Bills are back. Up next, the granddaddy of Week 4 games, Bills versus Dolphins. Number 4, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 6. As expected, the defending champs made easy work of the unraveling Bears at home. They've bounced back nicely from that stunning Week 1 home loss to Detroit, and the Chiefs have a clear path to 5-1 with the Jets and winless Vikings, and of course, the Broncos next on their schedule. Number 3, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 5. 70 points. Second most ever in a single game. Even without Jalen Waddle. Folks, we just don't have the words anymore. Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 2. The Eagles are 3-0. But it hasn't been pretty. But hey, wins are wins. And the Eagles continue to pile them up thanks to their ground game and defense. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 1. Yep, no change in the top spot. Christian McCaffrey, surprise, surprise, is in the running for the all-purpose yards crown with 423. 4-0 is likely on the way with the Cardinals next up on the schedule. But who do you think is the NFL's best team heading into Week 4? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.